Morning everyone, welcome to the beautiful Hampshire Avon. Today we're going to be doing a bit of stick float fishing and possibly a bit of link lead fishing as well. So yeah, we've got plenty of different types of water to go at. Nice fast pacey stuff in the weir, and we've got some nice slower stuff. Lovely to put a stick down through, and then all up through there we can walk right around and come out that side over there. So things are positive at the moment. So let's get us set up. I'm gonna have a coffee because it's early, and we'll catch up again in a minute. Okay, what I'm gonna do is get some ground bait out in a couple of likely looking swims. This one I've just showed you with a nice slow bit, a narrow stretch. What I've got is a blend of fish meal pellets, and then like a breadcrumb, chili powder, and like a sort of a river ground bait, like just a standard round river ground bait with all your normal spices in for roach and things like that. So I'm gonna get a couple of balls of this in, feed a couple of likely swims, and then yeah, we'll get set on up and see what we can do. And what I'm going to be doing to start with is fishing my this 13-foot Shakespeare aerial, bit of a vintage rod now, carbon fibre rod, with my Abu 587 Mark II close faced. We've got a 6-pound main line with a 4-pound bottom to a size 18 micro barred hook. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be using. I've got a 0.5 gram Olivet and one AAA on the bottom there, and then we've got that's a 12 number 4 stick float. It's quite heavy, but it's quite pacey, and I'm going to run that through in a few little spots and see what it does. First of all, I'll start on the maggots, and I'm going to use this area as a little base and then come back here should I need to, so I can travel lightly. So I'm just going to take a net, my rod, some bait, and yeah, see how we get on. Yeah, I might stick maybe a couple of number 8s on that. I think there's some weed there as well, so I think we'll shallow up slightly there. Maybe shallow up 6 inches possibly. Just catching some weed down on that end of the run there. Alright, that's better, that's where we want it. On the slightly slower water. Just going to hold it back slowly under this tree. Sheep. Let's get some more weight on actually. Still not sitting quite how I want. I want it to be just a dome with a float poking out the top there. Let's see how that sits. That's better when it settles now. That's good. So I've got just a dome poking out. bit of weed there. It's the first time using this rod actually. I saw it on eBay, and like a magpie, anything with fishing on it that looks shiny. I had to buy it. I think I paid £40 delivered. Back in the day, it's a pretty good rod. And I really like the carbon fibre look on it. So I'm a bit of a sucker for that. So yeah, 40 quid delivered. Lovely light little rod. Oh, that was a bite. Or was that weed? That was weed. All right, remember that. Yeah, so purchased that. And this is its first outing. Seems to be a little bit quiet here, to be honest. I think we might have a little mosey on down in a minute. Let's have another try on that. Just on the edge of that crease again. Right guys, so here we are. I've had a complete reset. What you haven't seen on camera is the amount of hook lengths I've lost. So what I'm doing now, I'm fishing 4 pound straight through to a size 16 micro barb. Still the same shot in, got one AAA and a 0.5 gram Olivet. And then just my stick float on the top here. Also what you didn't see was me flick the last one straight into the hedge before I even cast it out. So proper little mare so far. But anyway, the first swim we haven't managed to get out of it yet. So I'm going to throw some maggots out here. See if we can get some, see if we can't get something feeding in this little swim. Slightly pacier water here. But you know, we'll see how we get on. And fingers crossed for a fishy. Right, got to be a bit careful because it's very slippy. I don't fancy going in there. Right, I'm fishing about probably 3.5 foot. Just see what that comes down through like a minute. Just see if he gets snagged up. It looks like it's going through all right at the moment, so we'll try that. Yeah, so this swim number 2, still on the maggots, but I'm now fishing straight through with no hook length. Purely because I keep catching on the weed and snapping up on my hook length. And I've upped the hook slightly to a 16 from an 18. Because it's just got it's about, I prefer the pattern, it's a wide gape, what I've got on there. A wide gape 16. Yeah, so try that. Could possibly dot it down a little bit more with number 8s again, should I need to. Just helps visually going down there, because it's sort of boiling as it's going down. The water's sort of boiling a bit. I think that might have been a bite then. I can just see the top of the float better. So we'll see how we get on for a minute. What we'll do is I'll work our way through the swims. and then we'll start again. So all the bait we've put in the other swims will work back up and go through them all again later on. I think I have one more cast here, and then we'll move down to the next swim. That's a weed bed there, I can see that. No, let's have a move. Like I said, we can always come back here. So I think we'll have a move and see what's doing downstream. See it, but just down over here, there's like a little raft. I'm fishing a foot off of that raft. Like I said, there's not much flow because the way the main river comes round, it pushes this water and sort of it eddies just where it joins, and then doesn't really do much apart from spin around a little bit in this area. So got to be careful because there's power lines above my head as well. But I know Chubb are down there. Whether they're down there today and whether they're hungry is another story. You can just see it drifting between the beds of weed. It's quite deep there. It's probably between 6 and 8 feet, I expect. What I may do is deepen up a little bit. In fact, I will do that now. I'll go another foot, I think. Chuck a few more maggots in. I think I'm probably too shallow now. Too deep, sorry. Yeah. Let's come down 6 inches, I think. That's a bite there, there's a bite. Right. That was the first proper bite. Don't think it's a big fish, but it's a good sign. I think I might put one more little shot on there, just to dot it down a little bit. Minimal tackle in my pocket here, but I should have a small split shot. There we go, let's try that one.
And you look?
A few bites there.
Pardon?
I've had a few bites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't think it's anything big, but minnow.
Normally a few days down there.
Yeah.
Couple of chub, yeah.
Yes, so I've seen the chub down there. I thought it was a minnow.
Yeah. Oh, well, there, look.
Yeah.
Shoot, shark, just. Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Cheers, mate. Well, first fish, you haven't blanked, we've had a minnow. Tried the stick float, tried it down in a few swims. Been really struggling. 1 minnow to show for my effort. So what I'm gonna do now is set up the I'm gonna set up a 40 or 50 gram swim feeder, like an open end, and I'm gonna fish out of ground bait and try and get under some of these rafts in the slacker water. Like on the far side, possibly in the edges on here. And all those swims that we just gone down through with the float, there's some lovely looking rafty areas in the slacks that wouldn't be really fishable with a stick float. So I'm gonna have a sandwich now, put a coat on because it's freezing. Have a cup of coffee and see you again when we got the lead set up. Catch you in a bit. So just set up my running lead. Basically I've got a 40 gram feeder on there to a buffer bead and a swivel with a little bit of anti-tangle tube, and then I've got just over a foot of 3.2 pound bottom to a size 10 hook, and I'm going to fish that with bread, and I'm going to try and fish the little rafty spots in the slack water up and down the bits where we've just been float fishing. So that's the next plan. So get me bait together and I'll meet you in the next swim. Okay guys, so here we are on the first one again, and what I'm going to do is fish out on that far bank, right on that right where you see the green, the growth on the other side of the water there. I'm just going to dip it in just under there, because basically that, again, but from the water's edge this side to the field, there's probably 3 or 4 foot of like floating raft. So I'm going to try and get that feeder in, tuck it up as tight as I can to that. Bait wise, it's the same. It's a breadcrumb based ground bait with a bit of river bait, ground bait thrown in, some chili powder and maggots. That is literally it. And we're going to be fishing bread on the hook. So let's get to it. So first of all, nice pinch of Warburton's orange bread. I'll start with a bit of flake that size, and I'm just going to wrap that around the top of the 10, size 10 hook that is. Just squeeze it around the top of the line there, so it's nice and open on the bottom, with the hook still being visible. And then I'm just going to fill this ground bait up, or feed her up with ground bait even. And I'm going to try and flick that as far over as I dare to the other side. I think I'll just save that, that's just in the edge there. I've got a slightly heavier than normal tip on there. I believe it's a 4-ounce tip. Just because this river does pull a lot more than my local river, which is pretty slow moving. So fingers crossed we can wrangle out a fish or two. It's pushing towards 12 o'clock in the afternoon now, so still got a few hours, but only a minute to show for my efforts. Let's try over slightly. I think that might be getting caught in the weed. Yeah. My feed is slightly weeded up, you could say. Got to watch me overhead casting, so I've got a bit of a bush above my head. Let's try that. That's right on that. That's right on the where that slack meets the slightly pacier water. We'll try that. See how we get on with that. Got an ass over tip twice today already as well. It's a little bit slippy. Luckily I haven't busted nothing or myself, which is always a bonus. That toe is giving me, it is pulling that tip round slowly there. Maybe my heavier tip's still like too light. Probably should have bought a dedicated barbel rod maybe. Although, this should be right in the right spot, especially on the inside edge as well. Oh, no fish, just weed. See that pulled down. Let's try a few maggots on it. Big old bunch. So we've got a size 10 on a size 10 wide gape fine wire. So I put a nice big bunch on. See if that'll help us out. Been watching Fishtail Films, brilliant channel. If you haven't seen it, do check it out. It's amazing. But sometimes he hook either end of his maggots, so he go the pointy end and the end with the two little dots. Well, I've always done it with the two little dots. But just something to try. Might make a difference, may not, but I've been doing it since I've been watching his films. Yeah, I've caught me a few fish, so it's worked for me. Right, I'm going to flick this down the inside, I think. Hard work. Lost us a hook gone. Did I bring me hooks with me? I think I did. Okay guys, here we are. So what I'm going to do is slip my lead down into the slack spot. Just as the water comes off the weir, pushes through, you know, a nice little slack, sort of like an eddy, just down to my right hand side. So I think what I'm going to do is fish the maggots. Still fish the maggots for a little bit. And just drop that in the edge. And we'll see how we get on with that. Get my net set up just in case we're lucky. And I've also shortened the hook link on my feeder as well. So just to see if that makes any difference. So we've got a bait a lot closer to the actual feed going in. Got a bunch of 6 white maggots on. That's on my size 10 fine wire hook. And yeah, I think this would be a better shot purely because I'm not casting across the main flow, if you like, so hopefully it won't be pulling my tip around and catching weed up everywhere. So I'll be just literally flicking it in front of me. And down, it's quite deep water here, probably 12 foot I expect. But yeah, we'll see. Cross your fingers and your toes. So all I'm going to do is flick this down in front of me. Just along the wall there of the weir. See what happens. So I'm literally fishing straight down. But that tip's a lot more still now, so a bite should be a lot more obvious. The other good thing is I could chuck a bit more feed out on top of it all. I mean, as well as chub, there's always a chance of brown trout. Obviously there is barbel in the Avon, but few and far between now, unfortunately, due to predation. But they are in there, but I've yet to see one myself. I was just talking to a guy that's in the club called Ian. The first time I just met him was on the chat on the bank. And he had a 12-pound sea trout out the other, back along that stretch we were fishing earlier on. So there's a lot of big specimen fish here. I think it's a big pike as well. But I think main species here, chub, brown trout, pike, dace. Barbel if we're very lucky. But yeah, all sorts about. Obviously minnows as well. We've had a minnow this morning. But yeah, I think the plan just rove about today until we hopefully find a fish. I normally do 24 hours here, come in the van, stay in the field behind me. And yeah, fish in the dark and then get up really early, fish first light, but don't have any holiday left, so that's not an option at the moment, unfortunately. And being working away, I don't really want to spend too much time away from home when I am home. So just grab sessions as and when I can at the moment. Hopefully make some nice content for you guys. I know from previous visits, where I'm fishing now is quite gravelly, like a shingly bottom here, especially in this edge. There's obviously a bit of weed, but it's mainly a shingly bottom, so hopefully a nice clear spot for the feeder. And we're literally fishing straight down the edge of the wall, off the bank here. And what I might do is work my way along. The raft you can see in front of you as well, the overhanging trees over there. That'd be a good spot as well. I've had chub up to pushing £5 out of it. This spot actually. So if one of those comes along today, that'd be blooming lovely. Gonna be just at the turbulent water, just into the slacker water. Like, more the slack than the boily water, if you like. Because those fish are going to be trying to conserve energy, I suppose, and just be at the main flow. Obviously, it's pushing down through here over the weir, so slack water definitely makes sense. What I might do is chuck it out another couple of feet. Oh, there's some weed on there, look. Yeah, I'm going to chuck it out a couple more feet in front of me. Again into the slightly slacker water. Well, certainly struggling today. This bit of water is not an easy bit of water at all. Normally pretty clear, like you can see the bottom. Not that I'm making any excuses, but I was hoping for something today. But yeah, one or two fish here is a good session. Right guys, back on the stick float. All seems a bit quiet today, unfortunately. I'm going to try the maggots down through a few times. And then I think we're going to chuck a prawn on. See if we can entice anything out of a prawn. Alright, let's just have a go with running a maggot through again. I've also got bread that I can run through. Like I said, prawns, so let's see what happens. Felt like a bite then. Don't think it was there. So yeah, fishing about 4 foot of depth. Back on the stick. Let's see what we can do. I'm caught in the weed there. Weed. May have to shallow up again here a bit. We'll see. Yeah, don't want to go down any further than that tree because asking for trouble. Let's shallow up a little bit again. So obviously since I last fished this spot, I've changed my rig somewhat. Where I snapped up. So like I said, I'm now fishing straight through. So I'm gonna have to just reset it just so we can go over the top of the weed beds. And hopefully we can nick a fish. That'd be bloody lovely. It's not as if I haven't tried hard. So I've gone up and down the run, like up and down the beat a few times now, on the lead, well, on the feeder and on the stick float. I've had a minnow, a few other minnow bites just above the weir, but I'm not seeing any fish. I'm not seeing any. Normally you see a few big chub kicking about, but they're not home today. There's one tiny little spot up the stream that I might try just before we go home. Which is a really narrow bit. I think that'll probably be more of a link ledger job. But I did see a fish there earlier. That's the only fish I've seen. So once again, we're in another swim. Just chucked a little bit of bait out. This is one of the other swims that we fished earlier on. But we'll try it again. That's a nice run down through there. Doesn't seem to be catching on anything, which is good. So we'll go for another one. So far bank mid-water and near side bank. We seem to be gliding over the top of the weed nicely. Oh, there we go. That's a fish. Feels a bit trouty. Keep him out of the edge. What we got here? Might be a little chublet. Yeah, little chublet. Lovely. Well, that's a bit better, isn't it? That's more like what we want. You want his big brother. There we go, that's more like what we want. A few more of those would be lovely, wouldn't it? So 6 ounces maybe, 8 ounces. A push. Right, let's get him back so we can catch his brother. Well guys, that's the end of today's session. If you're still here, thanks for watching. If you do like the videos that I'm doing, please comment. There's a lot of people that watch these but are not subscribed, so totally appreciate it if you subscribe. It completely helps the channel out and helps me be able to do more of these videos. So yeah, comment, like, subscribe if you can. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Bit of an uneventful session today. We've tried bread, we've tried maggots, even prawns. One little chublet and a minnow to show for it. I've moved up to this little tributary now, hoping for a cheeky little chub at the end, but again, that's proved unfruitful. So yeah, I'll let you guys go now. Next week we are on, where are we next week? Oh yeah, Sutton Reservoir, so tune in again next Saturday. For that, we will be going for big roach hopefully. I've got peg one, so that's quite near the lodge, if any of you guys know it. Yeah, tune in then, see how we get on for roach. Thanks again for watching this episode. Take care, enjoy your own fishing. I'll catch you guys on the next one.